Hello and welcome to this video tutorial from Computergaga.com, and in this video we are going to look at 5 secret examples of the text to columns feature of Excel. So let's get started. So text to columns is most well known for converting text into multiple columns, like its name implies, and how you are normally taught on a training course or in a book. But it can do more than that people do not realize. And let's start with a classic issue when getting data from an external source, and that is numbers being stored as text. So I have these 5 numbers on screen being stored as text. Text to columns is going to convert them for us. We simply highlight the cells in question, click on our data tab and into text to columns. In here we'll leave it as delimited, click on next. We shall ignore any delimiters, make sure this is clear. We're not interested in actually doing any splitting. We'll click on next again, and we're interested in this third step where we get the opportunity to format. We're just going to leave it as general here. It says on the right that general will convert numeric values to numbers. It is able to recognize that they are numbers and convert them. So if we just click on finish here, they are converted. Immediately those warnings, those green warnings disappear, and the content is thrown to the right hand side, indicating that it is now numeric. Now, not as common an example as the first one, but another issue you may encounter is having trailing minus signs when you receive data from the external source. It's quite a unique query, but it's something that text to columns has as a setting to deal with. So if I just highlight the cells in question, data tab, text to columns, just like the previous example, skip through the delimited question, ensure there are no delimiters selected, and on the final step, this time we shall click the advanced button. And in this advanced button we have the opportunity to specify the decimal and thousand separator and ensure that this trailing minus for negative numbers setting is checked. Because it is here, if I click OK and then click finish, those values are converted. You see they're on the right hand side, they are numeric, and the minus sign is at the start. So now I can go in here, apply whatever formatting I may wish to use to present them accurately. But the important thing as I go to do this right now is that text to columns has converted them into something meaningful, where previously they were not. Let me have one of these and click OK. And here we have them now in a currency format and showing negative as red, as we may wish to. Okay, so for example number 3, I have some flight data. And we would like to use text to columns to extract the first 2 characters. So let me highlight the cells with the values, data, text to columns. This time, on the first question, we are going to select fixed width. There is no delimiter character, which is probably the more common example here, to identify where the characters are. They are fixed. It is always 2 characters. It is regular. When I click next, I am then asked to specify where this fixed break is. And it explains what to do in the top half there. I shall click on this little marker on the ruler to put a line right after that airline code, those first 2 characters. I can then click next. I'll leave the formatting But on this final step, we are prompted for the destination of the cell. So at the moment it's going to remain where it is, and the number after the airline code will move into column B. I have the opportunity here, if I wish, to highlight that and specify a location. So for the sake of demonstration, I could specify to put them in C2, so that when I click on finish, that is where the new data is shifted to. So I get my airline code in column C as I suggested, and the numbers go into the adjacent column on the right. If I did not specify that, airline code stays where it is, number goes into column B, the adjacent column to the right. This is example number 2, and a fantastic use of text to columns is dealing with date formats. Such a common issue with data you receive that dates are not correctly entered or formatted. So I've got 4 classic examples on this spreadsheet. I've got data where we've got the numbers with no delimiter, like you typically get with kind of file names and that kind of stuff. We've got a date with full stops in between. We've got one with spaces and one with full stops again. And you can see how I've used a 0 for the month in the first one and not bothered with the last and the penultimate one, just to really mix these up and show how good text to column is at dealing with this. We simply highlight the cells involved, open up text to columns, leave it as delimited, do not specify a delimiter, and on the final step, the formatting again, we shall choose the date option. I'm here in the UK, so happy with the format of D, M, and then Y. So when I click on finish, all 4 cells are successfully converted into a consistent date format, ready for further analysis. Okay, here is the last example, and we can use text to columns to convert a US date format into a format recognized by the other half of the world almost, such as most of Europe, parts of Asia, South America, Australia, etc., which is the DMY format. At the moment they are in the MDY format, and they're not being recognized by my version of Excel. So if I highlight these cells, data, text to columns, leave it as delimited, do not select a delimiter, and on the final step, similar to the previous example, we shall choose date, but this time we need to specify a different format. I need to say that this has occurred in the MDY format. Notice there are other options depending on how you receive this data. But we've got the top option there as the US kind of format. And if I choose that one and I click finish, those dates are successfully converted into a format recognized by my version of Excel and my country of residence. Once again thrown to the right hand side, confirming in part the successful operation. I hope you found this video tutorial useful. Please check out some of our other videos on our YouTube channel and come check us out at Computergaga.com.